Girl, stop thinking every man you meet is your husband. It's okay. I had to stop too. It is the season to unlearn that your main focus is to be someone's wife and mother and begin focusing on who that wife and mother is. What type of woman is she? What is she like? What's her work ethic like? What are her hobbies? What are her favorite pastimes? As women, we've been indoctrinated since childhood to consider who our husbands and our children are and what we're going to do to serve them, how we're going to be there for them. And by no means am I saying to disregard those desires, because if you have that desire, then it means it's in your future to be a mother and a wife and fulfill those roles. But what I am saying is when you enter those roles, it's finite. There's no more time to yourself without considering your husband. There's no more time to yourself without considering your children and them invading your space when you want to have a little bit of time to yourself. And of course, you're going to love this when the time comes because the time will be right. What I am saying is to truly embrace this time to yourself as much as humanly possible because once it's done, it's done. There's no going back to being single you. Even if you decide to divorce that man, God forbid, you will still have those children and you will forever be their mother. You truly embrace this single season that you're in because I truly think that um, it's so glamorous to be a wife and all of these things, and it looks so beautiful in the wedding and the dresses and all these things. But I don't think we glamorize the time to ourselves enough. Like I was talking to my sis the other day, and like, to be completely honest, let's say God blesses you with 100 years. And okay, whatever. Maybe you don't get 100 years, but we're going to use 100 because it's a nice round number. So let's say God blesses you with 100 years of life. You get married at 25, 30. That means you only got 30 years to yourself. 70 years will be spent as a wife and a mother. Embrace the time, my sister. Embrace it. And so you wonder how you can stop imagining yourself with every man that you see and interact with. I have a few points for you. And I'm telling you this because it was truly me. Like it was to a point where I had to ask God, God, can you help me with this? Because I don't want to keep every single time I meet a man, I'm over here like, ooh, Valeria XYZ. Ooh, our kids would be. And it's like, okay, but chill out. There's only going to be one husband. So to look at a man and immediately begin to think husband, it's like, girl, you need to calm down. Like, chill out. Seriously. Love you, but calm down. And so here are 4 ways that you can stop imagining yourself with every man that you see. Number one, recognize that there's only going to be one man for you if you're monogamous and that you're going to be presented with countless options. Ask God immediately before you begin adopting his last name. God, is this someone that you intend for me to have in my life forever? Is this a destiny helper? Is this someone who's a distraction? Have they come to derail me? And sit back and be quiet and listen so that you will know what he's trying to tell you and what that person's role in your life truly is. Maybe they're literally just coming to cross through, to pass through your life. And you over here thinking that it's a husband. Now you done connected yourself to somebody that God never even intended to have in your space in the first place. And now you're delayed and your husband is over here waiting for you. But you got to get over this man that was not even supposed to spend more than 13 minutes in your life. Okay? Get it together. Love you. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Number two, put yourself back on the pedestal. Recenter yourself as the main character in your life. Start considering what your husband is going to tell his friends and his family about you. What do you want him to say? He's only going to be able to speak on who you are. So who are you? Who is that woman? Who is she? What is your husband going to say? Oh, my wife is XYZ, or my wife is this, or my wife is that. Like you want him to be able to speak highly of you. So what are you going to give him to speak on? This is how you recenter yourself. Make yourself the priority in your life. You're the main character, babes. Act like it. Consider what you want your children, the ones that you don't know yet, to say and think, and the stories you're going to tell them. Are you going to tell them stories of regret about what you should have, could have? Who is outside beeping the horn at 1:37 a.m.? Are you going to have stories of regret about what you should have, could have, would have done in your single season because you weren't centering yourself at the top of your list and you weren't making yourself the main priority in your life and you were wasting your single season away just thinking about them but not actually being, or thinking about what you wanted to do and not actually being about it? Or are you going to be able to tell them stories about adventure and happiness and fulfillment of what you did before you knew them because you had them in mind and you considered that you wanted to be able to tell them amazing stories? That is one of those two things. What my husband will say about me and what I will get to tell my children are two of the main points that have helped me to recenter myself and make myself the main character in my life again. Yes, I'm considering them, but I'm like, who is this wife to this man? This man is going to be amazing. He deserves the absolute best. What is he going to be able to boast about? These children, they're going to be amazing, beautiful, intelligent children. I want to be able to tell them everything that mommy did because she thought about them. You know, I'm the main character in my life. Need you to be too, sir. Okay. Um, Number three, and it's really number one, but the way my notes are set up. Put God back in his rightful place. Put God back in his rightful place. We must stop forgetting that every good and perfect gift comes from God, including that family, that husband, and those children, or that wife and those children. And men, honestly, I'm saying this as a woman, but you can apply this to your life. Just take out woman and she and her and all of that and just put him. You get what I'm saying? Put your pronouns in there. We need to remember that yes, there's happiness and fulfillment and love in being this wife and mother, but fulfilling that role is ministry. It's going to require a level of spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, and financial fortitude to withstand all the challenges and tests that come with this territory. And so our time to ourselves right now, where we're learning and growing and being refined in private away from these husbands and children and without the responsibility of having to care for them, only having to care for ourselves, is exactly what we're going to need to be able to sustain this promise once it gets here. So really embrace this time. It's so important. And God has really been showing me that. He's like, baby girl, that husband and those children, not to make you afraid, but it's going to be your life. Life as you know it, as a single woman, not having to consider somebody in every single move that you make because there's a little one watching you and because it's going to affect that man, that life will be over. And so you're going to need to be prepared, learning. You're going to have a level of patience. And right now, while you don't have the responsibility to consider them, you need to really embrace it. So put God back in his rightful place, and he will ensure that you are prepared in the most beautiful way. Also, watch my Year of the Bride video and what I learned, because honestly, if you are preparing to be a wife and a mother and all of that, that would be a great thing for you to do. But I don't want to digress too much. This is the last point. The last thing that you can do to stop imagining yourself with every man in the world that you meet is be rooted in identity and purpose. During this time, know who you are truly without your identity being wrapped up in being someone's wife or mother. I've seen too many situations where women and men don't know who they are without this spouse and without these children. If you take them away, they're no one. And that's a disservice to your family, you know, because how can you give to them if you have nothing to give, if you don't know who you are? Now you're depending on them to say who you are. You must be rooted in identity and purpose. And this single season is the most perfect time for you to be able to figure out who that is and what that is. Who is that wife and mother? What dreams does she have yet to fulfill? What does she love, hate, enjoy? What's her conversation like? Her work ethic? Is she a Proverbs 31 woman? Men, what do you love? What dreams have you yet to fulfill? Are you the type of man that this Proverbs 31 woman would work for? So really begin to ask God who that is. And one way to learn what your purpose is, because people sometimes get overwhelmed trying to understand what purpose is in their life, begin to look at the things that you always truly enjoyed, like as a child, and what you were really good at. And I truly believe that those things are rooted in, or that's the root of what your purpose is. So if you were always a talker, there's somewhere in there you need to be talking. If you were always really good at helping people, somewhere you need to be helping people. If you were always very artistic, somewhere you need to do something creative. You know what I'm saying? If you were always good with numbers, somewhere in there you need to have something to do with numbers. If you were athletic and you were just really fit, maybe there's somewhere in there that you need to be helping people get healthy, you know? So really embrace this time to be uh, this person that is this spouse and this parent. Get what I'm saying? So I just really hope that this is insightful to someone. I hope that it is helpful. Y'all, it's 1:45 in the morning on a Sunday, May 25th, 2025. Okay? 5:25:25. That's real cute. At 1:45 a.m. We love it, Jesus. I don't know what those numbers mean, but I'm gonna go look them up. 5:25:25 at 1:45. That's so cute. How many vibes is that? Anyhow, just stop making somebody else the priority in your life. Every time you go to the store, somebody approach you. Now it's like, oh, is that my husband? And I think it's okay to ask God, but like again, truly silence yourself so that you can see what He's saying to you, and take those other 3 points into account. Um, Put yourself back on the pedestal, make yourself the main character, put God in His rightful place, and be rooted in identity and purpose. And I believe truly that once those things are the forefront of your life, then you'll be able to move through this life not worrying about, how your last name gonna fit and what your kids gonna look like with every single man that you come in contact with. Cause that's just too much and that's too taxing on the brain. We got other things to do, baby girl. Okay. Anyhow, I'm your big sister, your cousin, your auntie, your TT, your mama if you need it. And I hope that this is something that you needed to hear, that it blesses you and it increases your perspective on how to look at this while you're in your single season. Okay? Anyhow, it's something that I've been doing. So I'm only telling y'all what I do. I can't speak on nothing that I ain't never done before. So clock it. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep. And I love you. God bless you. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. Jesus loves you. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know, all the YouTubey things. And I will see you in the next video. Have a good night.